OutDaughtered. Star Danielle Busby shares health update following debilitating symptoms. Exclusive. In the world of reality television, few people have captured viewers' hearts as fully as Danielle Busby, the devoted mother at the center of TLC's long-running family docuseries OutDaughtered. For more than a decade, audiences have followed Danielle and her husband, Adam, as they raise their 6 daughters and eldest, Blake, and a remarkable set of quintuplets, Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker. Their home is filled with joy, chaos, laughter, milestone moments, and the timeless challenges of parenting. Yet beyond the episodes that air on television, there's a personal story that hasn't always been visible: Danielle's ongoing struggle with health challenges that have deeply affected her day-to-day life. In the spring of 2024, Danielle took time to share a candid update about her health, the ups, the downs, the unknowns, and the progress she's made while navigating symptoms that have, at times, been debilitating. Her openness has resonated with fans and individuals who also grapple with chronic illness, especially those living with conditions that don't come with simple explanations or quick fixes. This piece takes an in-depth look at Danielle's journey, the realities behind the headlines, and why her story continues to spark meaningful conversations about health, motherhood, and the pursuit of balance in life. Danielle Busby is, by any measure, a busy woman. At 40 years old, she's navigated major life milestones, growing a career, building businesses, caring for her family, and confronting the physical challenges of pregnancy and motherhood. Many fans first connected with her through OutDaughtered, where the sweet, humorous, and sometimes chaotic life of a large family was on display. Yet behind the smiles, there have been physical struggles that Danielle has faced privately for some time. Like many women who juggle work, motherhood, and personal health, she found herself battling symptoms that were hard to ignore. The challenges began to receive attention from fans and media outlets when Danielle spoke openly about experiencing a range of issues, including intense migraines, neck and body pain, heart palpitations, and significant fluctuations in her energy levels. These weren't minor discomforts, they were symptoms that interfered with her daily activities, her career, and her sense of well-being. For a woman whose life demands constant motion, from school drop-offs to business meetings, filming schedules to family dinners, such symptoms were impossible to ignore. One of the most difficult aspects of chronic health struggles is not just the physical symptoms themselves, but the journey to understand them. Danielle has said more than once that she didn't have one clear diagnosis that explained everything she was experiencing. It wasn't as if a single lab test or medical scan revealed exactly what was happening. Instead, she found herself working with multiple healthcare professionals to piece together a picture of her health. In conversations with media outlets, including a detailed interview with Parade, Danielle described how she and her medical team began to uncover the underlying components of her health concerns. She talked about a routine of tests, consultations, and blood work designed to pinpoint nutritional deficiencies and to understand how her nervous system was functioning. These investigations showed that Danielle was dealing with several interconnected issues. Her doctors identified deficiencies in key vitamins and nutrients, which can influence energy, metabolism, and immune function. She also began treatment for conditions related to nerve function, including symptoms that suggested fibromyalgia and autoimmune responses, as well as standard treatment paths for migraines and other symptoms she experienced. Parade. Importantly, Danielle's physicians emphasized that these treatments weren't about curing a single disease. Instead, they focused on mitigating symptoms and improving quality of life through medical intervention, lifestyle adjustments, and supportive therapy. The word debilitating gets used a lot in health headlines, and sometimes it can feel abstract. But in Danielle's case, she did not mince words about how deeply her symptoms could affect her day. Intense migraines, a shaken nervous system, and chronic pain are not just inconveniences, they influence everything from physical comfort to mood, energy, and the ability to engage with others. Danielle shared that after the intense physical demands of pregnancy, especially carrying quintuplets, her body never quite returned to its former baseline. Her metabolism changed. Inflammation became more frequent. Her nervous system seemed more sensitive to stress and pain. On some days, fatigue would leave her exhausted even after simple tasks. She also talked openly about the emotional toll these physical struggles had taken on her. For someone used to managing a household with military-like precision, the unpredictability of her body was frustrating and humbling. It challenged her sense of control and demanded patience with herself more than anyone else. This vulnerability was not just shared in interviews, but echoed across fan communities and forums, where viewers expressed empathy and shared similar experiences with chronic symptoms. Many fans expressed solidarity with Danielle, understanding how invisible yet impactful such struggles can be. One of the key takeaways from Danielle's health update was that she was not relying on a single solution. Instead, her wellness journey incorporated a blend of traditional medical treatments and holistic health practices. Danielle stressed that while she worked with medical doctors to diagnose and treat her migraines and other symptoms, she also pursued complementary strategies to help her body feel more balanced. This included tailored vitamin regimens and beneficial lifestyle changes that support overall health. This comprehensive approach reflects a growing trend among individuals with complex or chronic health challenges. Rather than treating symptoms in isolation, they seek a broader understanding of how nutrition, lifestyle, and medical care intersect. Another element of Danielle's health journey involved understanding how the toll of carrying multiple children at once, a rare and physically demanding experience, may have played a role in her ongoing struggles. Pregnancy is profoundly transformative, and in cases like hers, it can leave long-lasting effects on metabolism, hormonal balance, and the nervous system. One of the most striking parts of Danielle's update was her frank admission that she still did not have one definitive diagnosis that encompassed everything she experienced. In many chronic or autoimmune cases, symptoms can overlap and evolve, making pinpointing one cause difficult. According to Danielle, doctors have been treating her symptoms, including migraines, nerve pain, inflammation, and more, as part of a broader set of concerns. She has mentioned fibromyalgia and autoimmune disease as part of the constellation of issues she's managing, though she emphasized that none of these fully captured her entire health picture. Despite this uncertainty, Danielle shared that she has been feeling more stable in recent months. Consistent medical support, regular tests, and a treatment routine have helped her maintain better control over symptoms and reduce their overall impact. She described this progress not as a miracle cure, but as a reason for quiet optimism, a feeling shared by many who navigate chronic health challenges one day at a time. For Danielle, health isn't a solo journey, it's deeply connected to her role as a mother. With 6 daughters to raise and a life that often feels like a juggling act, every improvement or setback in her well-being ripple through the family structure. In her interview, she candidly addressed how the Busby children's increasing independence has allowed her to focus more intentionally on her health. As her daughters grow older and more self-sufficient, Danielle finds that she can carve out time for self-care and doctor appointments without feeling guilty or overwhelmed by household demands. This shift underscores a universal truth for many parents. When children get older, the dynamics change. Those changes can create opportunities for personal growth and self-care conversations that were once impossible amid the relentless pace of early parenthood. When Danielle's story first broke, the reaction from fans was a mix of concern, support, and shared recognition. Many viewers expressed empathy for the struggles she detailed, especially those who have grappled with chronic pain or autoimmune challenges themselves. In online communities dedicated to discussing OutDaughtered, fans shared their own perspectives on health topics, tried to interpret symptoms, and encouraged Danielle to prioritize her well-being. Some reflected on how the reality show format might not always capture the full depth of personal health issues, while others simply offered heartfelt encouragement. Across social media, many viewers thanked Danielle for being candid about experiences that often go unspoken, particularly by public figures and parents who feel pressure to appear fine, even when they aren't. Danielle Busby's health update wasn't a dramatic reveal, nor was it a sweeping diagnosis that tied every symptom into a neat medical package. Rather, it was an honest glimpse into the reality of living with persistent health challenges while striving to be present for family, work, and life's daily joys and pressures. Her message resonated not because it was sensational, but because it was real. Chronic health journeys are often slow, nonlinear, and deeply personal. There are days of progress and days of frustration. There are moments of optimism and moments that feel stubbornly unresolved. Yet through it all, Danielle's voice has been one of resilience, acknowledging struggle while also recognizing small victories. She's shown that seeking answers, embracing treatment plans, and advocating for one's own health is not a sign of weakness, but a meaningful commitment to well-being. For viewers, parents, and anyone navigating the complexities of long-term health issues, her story offers reassurance. You can face uncertainty, make gradual progress, and live fully even when the path ahead isn't perfectly clear. In the realm of reality television, where polished scenes and scripted moments often define public narratives, Danielle Busby's health update stood out because of its authenticity. It wasn't a storyline designed for drama or ratings, it was a person sharing her experience with grace, honesty, and courage. Her journey reminds us that health isn't always visible, that symptoms can be complex, and that progress doesn't always come with a label or clear answer. But with persistence, support, and self-care, even the hardest days can become part of a larger story of resilience and hope. Danielle's voice continues to matter because it represents not just herself, but countless others who walk a similar path, one marked by challenge, growth, and the quiet strength that comes from living authentically. One of the most essential aspects of Danielle's journey has been her commitment to modifying her daily routine in ways that reduce stress and support her overall health. Living with persistent symptoms requires a careful balance between activity and rest, and Danielle has learned to listen to her body more attentively than ever before. She has implemented structured morning routines designed to energize her body gently. Light stretches, hydration rituals, and nutrient-rich breakfasts have become non-negotiable parts of her day. Danielle has also prioritized sleep hygiene, understanding that rest is foundational to symptom management. This means setting boundaries around late-night screen time and creating a calm, technology-free environment in her bedroom, adjustments that have made a measurable difference in her fatigue levels. Nutrition has been another critical component. Danielle works closely with nutritionists and her doctors to tailor her diet to her body's needs. Emphasizing anti-inflammatory foods, vitamins, and hydration has been essential for managing pain and enhancing energy. She occasionally experiments with natural remedies under medical supervision, recognizing that holistic approaches can complement traditional treatments when carefully integrated. Chronic health challenges often come with a significant emotional load, and Danielle has been candid about the mental and emotional aspects of her journey. She has openly described feelings of frustration, uncertainty, and even guilt, particularly when symptoms interfere with her role as a mother or her professional responsibilities. To counterbalance these challenges, Danielle has incorporated mindfulness practices, meditation, and journaling into her daily life. These strategies help her process stress and maintain a positive perspective even on difficult days. She credits mindfulness with giving her a sense of control in situations where her physical symptoms can feel unpredictable. Therapeutic support has also played a key role. Danielle has sought counseling to help navigate the intersection of chronic illness and motherhood. These sessions provide a safe space to discuss emotional struggles and develop coping mechanisms, reinforcing that prioritizing mental health is just as critical as managing physical symptoms. For Danielle, no journey is undertaken alone. Adam Busby, her husband, has been an unwavering source of support, helping manage daily responsibilities and providing emotional reassurance during periods of heightened symptoms. Danielle often shares that simply having a partner who can step in, whether it's managing household logistics, caring for the children, or accompanying her to medical appointments, has been a major factor in her ability to stay consistent with her treatment plan. Her children, too, have adjusted in age-appropriate ways. As the Quintuplets and Blake grow older, they are more capable of understanding boundaries and participating in routines that support Danielle's health. This growing independence has allowed her to carve out time for self-care without feeling guilty or overextended. Danielle emphasizes that cultivating a supportive home environment is a team effort, one that involves open communication, patience, and flexibility. By sharing her story publicly, Danielle has unintentionally become an advocate for awareness around chronic and invisible illnesses. Viewers and followers often comment on her bravery and transparency, praising her for opening a dialogue about the often overlooked challenges that come with chronic symptoms. Her updates have resonated particularly with parents and caregivers who face similar struggles, but rarely have the opportunity to speak openly about them. Danielle's candidness underscores a broader societal point: health challenges are not always visible, yet they significantly affect daily life. By speaking openly, she validates the experiences of others while normalizing the reality of seeking help, asking for accommodations, and prioritizing self-care. A recurring theme in Danielle's health journey is living with uncertainty. Unlike conditions with clear diagnostic labels and standardized treatments, her symptoms do not fit neatly into a single category. This ambiguity requires patience, adaptability, and a willingness to continuously assess and adjust strategies. Danielle emphasizes that progress is often incremental, and setbacks do not equate to failure. She describes learning to celebrate small victories: a pain-free morning, a productive day without fatigue, or successful management of a migraine episode as essential for sustaining hope and motivation. This approach models resilience not just for her children but also for anyone observing her journey from afar. Another notable aspect of Danielle's journey has been the community that has grown around her story. Fans, fellow reality television personalities, and chronic illness advocates have all expressed solidarity, sharing advice, encouragement, and personal experiences. Online forums, social media groups, and supportive comment sections have become informal spaces where Danielle's experience has catalyzed meaningful conversation about health, motherhood, and self-advocacy. Danielle acknowledges that these interactions, while not medical advice, provide emotional sustenance and remind her that she is not alone. The shared empathy and validation help reinforce her determination to maintain a proactive approach to wellness, even when progress is gradual. While Danielle Busby does not yet have all the answers, she approaches her health with strategic optimism and resilience. Ongoing communication with medical professionals, combined with lifestyle modifications, emotional support, and family assistance, has allowed her to regain some measure of stability and confidence in her daily life. Her story is a reminder that chronic health journeys are rarely linear and that progress often requires a multidimensional approach blending medical expertise, lifestyle changes, emotional resilience, and social support. Danielle's willingness to share her journey highlights the importance of visibility for people dealing with invisible health struggles, inspiring others to advocate for themselves and seek help when needed. Danielle Busby's health update following her debilitating symptoms is more than a personal narrative. It's a testament to the complexity of chronic illness, the importance of holistic care, and the power of transparency in public life. By openly discussing her challenges and strategies, she has not only informed fans about her condition but also offered guidance, comfort, and hope to anyone navigating similar circumstances. Her journey underscores an important message: managing health is not about perfection or achieving a final cure. It is about resilience, self-awareness, and the courage to prioritize well-being, even amidst uncertainty. Danielle's story is a living example of how determination, support, and proactive care can transform a daunting experience into one of empowerment, insight, and meaningful progress.